Hi there, Jenny McKenzie here. I am 3 weeks postpartum today, and I have a great full body bar routine I've added to your postpartum workout plan for several reasons. This routine and bar in general is great for all fitness levels, but it's really great for postpartum moms because it's an awesome low impact way to elevate the heart rate, sculpt and tone muscles, but it's also an awesome way to work on your posture. A lot of times as moms, we're hunched over a lot because we're holding our babies, which is great. Your baby is your #1 priority. But it can really take its toll on your back. And for me, it honestly causes some pain in through my shoulders and my lower back. This is a great way to get in an awesome workout and to subtly work a lot of those postural issues that you may be having as well. So let me go nurse him real quick, and I will hop to the workout, and I hope you enjoy, and congratulations. All right, so we are going to start off in something called horse pose. So I want you to take your feet wider than hip width apart and your feet at the 10 and 2, and you're gonna drop kind of into a demi squat, but pretend like you're sliding your back down an imaginary wall. So keep good posture, contract all those muscles in the core. The more muscles you contract, the more calories you're gonna burn. Roll your shoulders back. And what you're gonna do is you're going to rock from side to side. This is a great functional movement for anyone, especially new moms, because I bet you're rocking that baby quite a bit at this stage. I know I am at 3 weeks postpartum. So it's nice to do that with a little bit more grace, a little bit more elegance, and maybe next time you do it, maybe you drop into that demi squat, or maybe you remember to contract that core. And so you can be working out and rocking your baby at the same time. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take that left hand, bring it out, and I want you to reach your arm over and above, and over and above. Remember to keep your body centered, keep that good posture. Make sure your knee isn't tracking too far out over your toe, and I want to make sure that it's going over that second toe, so you're not bringing your knees too far in or too far out, and just keep moving over and around. You should begin to feel your shoulders warming up, as well as your arms, and especially, especially that low body. We're gonna stay here for a hot minute because I really want you to warm up your entire body. You're warming up your arms, your shoulders. Now come over to the left, straighten that leg, and really feel that stretch in through the side. Lift up that left toe. I'm gonna grab my bar, and I want you to reach back and find crescent pose. Really elongate through that back left leg. Bring that arm up. Now I want you to take a deep breath. And as you exhale, push all the air out. Bring your hand down to help you push it away. Round out through the back. Really feel your IT band lengthen and hollow out through your core. Take a deep breath, push it away. Now bring this foot in, turn the toe out. Reach forward and try and find triangle pose. Try and make your back as flat as you can. If you have a bar or a chair or a counter handy, it really helps you feel the stretch. Come up, and we're going to come back to that, the side to side motion here. Again, pretend like you stay centered. Contract the core, pretend like you just slid your back down an imaginary wall. And we're going to start with our right side. So I want you to bring over and across, and over and across. You should really feel graceful doing this, as well as concentrating on all of the different muscles that are working here. You're working your quads, you're working your core, you're working your shoulder, all in a very gentle, low impact, low stress way, which is really important for moms, especially nursing mothers, because it can be very fatiguing. Newborns, infants, if they're having formula or if you're nursing, it's very fatiguing. All right, straighten out that leg, really feel the stretch in through the side. Lift up, turn. Really stretch back, find crescent pose. Try and straighten this leg out as much as you can. Feel your stretch in through the back. Take a brief deep breath. Exhale. Push the air away from you. Hollow out through your shoulders, hollow out through your core. Really feel the stretch in through that IT band. Stretch away. Deep breath. Come up, bring that right foot in, turn the toe out, lean forward, try and find triangle pose. Try and make your back as straight as possible, hollow out through the core. Come up, and we're going to do that side to side motion again. Hopefully you're feeling that everywhere. Hopefully you're feeling that in your core. Your back gets a nice stretch. You'll get a nice stretch down the back of your leg. But like I was saying before, it's really important to keep it low impact and not to overexert yourself, because you don't want to exhaust your body. Your primary focus is still that baby, that newborn, whether you're nursing. You need to make sure you're still able to take care of that baby. That's why I like these really low impact workouts. All right, now we're going to come over to the left. We're going to drop down into a narrow lunge. Make sure your knee is staying over the ankle. It's not going over the toe, but it's staying over the ankle. You're coming up into the narrow lunge. You're going to stay here. Bring your left arm in front of you. Your left leg is back, your left arm in front of you. And I want you to lift and lower. And lift and lower. When you lift, really point that toe so you can really elongate as much as you can. When you lift into that releve. And it's not, so you use some power from your right foot, but it's not a kick. It's a very purposeful contraction of all your muscles. So I really want you to contract that glute. You're going to feel it in your upper glute and actually the small of your back if you're doing it right. So I want you to hold here, come up into releve. This is where the bar or your counter or that chair is really going to come in handy. So I want you to do now is turn, if you can, drop onto your foot. I'll just scoot back here for a second. And you're going to come down and out. Come down and out. If the hands are too much for you, just kind of keep your hand on your waist. And you see how I'm turning my leg out to the side? This time, you're contracting the outside of the glute, or the gluteus medius right here, to really bring the leg out. And again, try and point your toe so you elongate as much as possible. Again, you should feel really graceful doing this. So you want to come down and out and out. And your leg is contracted out to the side. All right? Or is extending out to the side. All right? I want you to bring that leg around and in. And now we're going to do some sumo squats. So bring your feet wider than hip width apart, and I want you to use the bar to really sink into that squat. So keeping that weight in the heel, drop back in the booty, come up, extend, back, extend. I know you can probably do a sumo squat without the bar, but the bar really allows you to become aware of where your center of gravity is, and it really allows you to sink into the heel and put the weight in the booty. It really helps you practice really great squat form, which I love. This little edition was $10. You need 2 brackets and a dowel rod, and it has really been a great addition to my little fitness area here. I love it. It really helps you concentrate on form. All right, now we're going to work on that right side. I'm going to try and camp myself, but what you're going to do is you're going to come into that narrow lunge again. Again, make sure your knee is staying over your ankle. You always want to practice good form. And we're going to kneel down and come up. They call that releve. And come up, down, and come up, down. And you see in this one, I'm taking my legs straight out behind me. So you're really going to contract the top of the glute and the lower back. And you're going to feel a little bit of the heat building in the quad of the leg you push off on, in this case, your left leg. Up, down, up, down, and up. I'm trying to camp, so hopefully you can still see me this way. Down, and up, down, and up. So now I want you to come up onto your tippy toe, and I want you to bring your leg out to the side, your right leg out to the side. Stay there for a second. Bring it down. Your leg should be shaking. You should have some heat building. Now as you come down, bring your leg out to the side. Come down, bring your leg out to the side. This time you're contracting that gluteus medius, the outer glute. And you'll feel this a little bit down your whole IT band, especially if you point that toe and really take advantage of that full range of motion. down, and you're bringing your leg out to the side. Hopefully you can see from this profile that I'm bringing my leg to the side. You may not need the bar, but it's really great to have there for balance, or your chair, or your counter. Down, out to the side, down, out to the side, down, out to the side, out to the side. All right, I want you to bring that leg around, face your bar, and we're going to do some more of those sumo squats. So squat, come up, squat, come up, squat, come up. Again, weight in the heels. And when you squat down, you should be able to lift your toes because your weight is that far back. With the added support and balance from the bar, you should really be able to take advantage. Last one. All right, now for the second phase of the full body bar workout. All right, continuing on, we're gonna come back into horse pose or a sumo squat. So again, your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Track your toes out to the 10 and 2, but this time we're gonna squat, bring our legs together. I gotta scoot over a little. Squat, bring your legs, your heels together. Squat, heels together. And I'm starting with my left leg, and we're just gonna stay with this left leg for about 25 to 30 repetitions. I've got my timer set over there. That's kind of why I keep glancing over there. But about 25 to 30, as fast as you feel comfortable doing it. Again, focus on your posture. Pretend like you slid that back down an imaginary wall. And don't reach over to the left. It's going to be tempting because you're going over to the left, but make sure you keep your weight centered and you're just dropping into that squat. So you're dropping into the squat and you're bringing your heels together. Dropping into the squat, bringing your heels together. Feel free to grab that bar if you need to, or that counter, or that chair. If you have one of those little step stools with a railing, that's really great too. Last one here, come together. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your toes out. All you do is a toe turn, so I don't want you to move those legs once you have those heels together. You're gonna come up onto your tippy toes, and you're gonna sink as deep into a squat as you can, kind of a demi squat. As deep into a demi squat as you can, and you're just gonna hold this. So what we just did was we warmed up the quads by doing that sumo squat and coming back. Now we're really gonna work the muscle even more with an isometric hold. And now what we're gonna start to do is pulse it out. Small little pulses, a small little concentrated movement to really fatigue and exhaust the muscle. That's how you start to work all those little muscles in your quadricep. Feel free to grab that bar, especially if you feel yourself start to shake or you feel your ankles might give out a little bit. Grab that bar for extra support. Take a deep breath. Focus on a lot of different things. Take a break if you absolutely need to. Focus on your posture. By now, your quads should really be burning, which is a good thing because you're going to be burning calories and you're going to be working that muscle long after this workout because we're really going to fatigue it and take it to exhaustion. All right, we're done there. Take a deep breath, come back into that sumo squat. Squat, we're working the right side now. So you're gonna squat, bring the right leg into the left. Squat, bring the right leg into the left. You see why we ended the last warm up with the sumo squats. So you're just kind of jumping right into it like this. Squat, heels together. Squat, heels together. Really make sure you're contracting your pelvic floor when you do that, so like right here when you do that squat, so it will help with any incontinence issues you may still be having. Make sure you tighten that glute when you come up out of the sumo squat as well. The more muscles you engage and work, the more calories you burn and the more sculpting you're going to be able to do. And as always, make sure you're engaging that core for stability. That's what's going to help you not to wobble if you feel yourself wobbling a little bit when you're doing the squats and coming up. Now what I want you to do is bring your heels together, come up onto your tippy toes, just a little bit. We're not going on to point here, just kind of the balls of your feet. I want you to make a diamond with your lower half, and we're just going to stay here. This is our isometric hold this time. We're still working the quad, but we're working a different part of the quad. Believe it or not, your quadricep is made up of 4 different quadricep muscles, and this way you're working, the isometric hold is working different muscles. That's how you get that really small definition. All right, we're going to start to pulse it out here now. So yeah, after the isometric hold, you should really start to feel it burn. after the length of time we hold it for, and now you should start to feel it almost burn out. If you feel like you want to stop, really don't. I encourage you to push yourself as far as you can go. This is hurting me too. Believe it or not, this is difficult for me to talk. I'm going to go ahead and grab my bar for a little extra stability. I encourage you to do the same. Try not to shift your weight and rely too much on that bar, because we really want to fatigue that muscle. Okay, now you're done. Bring your legs out. We're going to come back into that sumo squat. We're at the left side again. But this time we're going to come into a sumo squat, and we're going to lift and rotate the trunk. Sumo squat. We're going to lift and we're going to rotate. Sumo squat. This allows you to work on your balance, and it gives you more to focus on, as well as really works that oblique muscle, as well as your quads, your hamstrings, your glute. Squat. Come over. Really focus on the grace and elegance of this movement. It shouldn't be real choppy. I want it to be one fluid motion. Squat, come over and reach. Try for that right arm to reach that left knee. Really contract in through your side abdominals and your obliques there. I bet you never knew you could work so many muscles with one move. All right, that was our last one. What I want us to do again is to bring our heels together. Bring your lower half into that diamond pose again. Drop down to the isometric hold, and this time we're going to do a torso twist. Again, it's adding a bit more elegance. You're going to feel this in through your back and through your shoulders, and also through your obliques. So again, we're working our lower half with the isometric hold, fatiguing the muscles, and we're also warming up the shoulders and the torso at the same time. It also gives you something else to concentrate on. But if at any time you feel you need to, just grab that bar, or maybe you just want to do this with one hand. Just going to reach, and really cross your body. It's okay to do that now postpartum. I try not to do it, make the move too grand when you're pregnant, because you've got that, big old belly right there. But really exaggerate the movement, lengthen in through the shoulders, reach over from side to side, tighten in through your core, really contract those oblique and side muscles as you move. All right, come back out into that sumo squat. We're going to squat, and this time we're going to come over to the right. The left side of the body is going to come over to the right side. So really aim for that left hand to come over to the right knee. Again, good form in the squats. Keep your body centered. Keep your weight in the heels as you come down. When you come up, it's one graceful, fluid motion. Contract your entire core so that you're not swaying. Up. If you need to, you can exaggerate the arm movement if that helps you keep your balance as you come over. But really aim for that left hand to grab that right knee, or to almost touch the right knee. All right? All right? Hang on, my time fell down. All right. Now we're coming back to the bar for that sumo squat, another very functional movement for moms, because I'm sure, especially if you have multiples, you're getting up and down a lot. So let's just do that with more grace, better form. So really lean back. So root your feet. It's like the foundation for your posture, for all that you do. And then press the booty back. We're just going to pulse it out of here. Pulse, 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 pulse. Again, we're fatiguing the quad a little bit, but we're also working the hamstring. Oftentimes, especially in HIIT workouts or CrossFit, or a lot of jumping and powerful workouts, we tend to overemphasize the quad and underemphasize the hamstring. But the bar is really going to allow you to sink back into that booty and stretch out the hamstring and really work the hamstring. You see how I've raised my toes? That just helps remind me to keep my weight in the heels. If you want to get a little bit more of an extension of that hamstring, grab the underside of your bar. All right, now we're going to drop down, come up. You knew it was coming. You knew the full squat was coming. Down. This should almost be a relief because your hamstrings and your quads should be really fatigued at this point. Come on. Squat, come up, squat, come up. And then again, when you're sinking down, root yourself in those heels. When you come up, contract that glute. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm contracting my entire glute right now. When I come up, to really Give that tush a lift. Lift, and down, and lift, and down, and lift. Last one here. All right. Now it wouldn't be full body if I didn't incorporate arms fully somehow. So we're actually going to do tricep push-ups and push-ups at the bar. So what you're going to do is you're going to come out to the diagonal, really feel the stretch in through the back of your leg, and so bring your elbows in, turn them under, and keep them as close to your rib cage as you can. So down. You want your elbows, just like if you're doing a tricep push-up on the ground, to push back behind your back. This is really going to help you with your tricep push-up form on the ground, and you're really going to feel this in your tricep right now. And we're starting with the full push-up before we go to the pulse, because this is actually what's going to warm up that tricep even more. Make sure you're focusing on good posture. Make sure you're not bringing your booty in or out, but it's a straight back. So again, you're contracting that core, down and up. Now we're going to pulse it out. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Again, maintain good posture. Make sure your back isn't bowing, and you're not sagging your booty. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Come up. Bring your hands out to the side. You can shift your weight in your feet if you need to a little bit. We're just going to do push-ups. Okay, so this is a great exercise to do the bar, and it'll also help you with your form when you're ready to do regular push-ups. It's great also if you are still recovering a little bit from diastasis recti, because you're not putting any undue strain on the abdomen. So this is a great way to work on tightening that core if your abs haven't completely closed together and healed. For more information on diastasis recti, you can go to my YouTube. I have a video devoted to it and exercises to help. Right, we're going to pulse, 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 and you are done. All right, take that left arm, bring it over to the right, stretch it out. Swing your arms back, take the right arm over to the left, stretch it out. All right, do a couple arm rotations, arm-shoulder rotations. We're going to stretch out that quad. This is a trick I learned from Tony Horton. So you activate the muscle with the first pull, and you elongate with the second to really make sure you're getting that deep stretch into your IT band and your quad. He calls it like a pull-pull, or so you activate and elongate the muscle to really get a deep, deep stretch in that leg. All right, now we're going to grab a right toe, really stretch out that hamstring in the back of the leg, and a little bit in through the calf. Come over to the left side, really stretch out the back of that leg. The great thing about bar workouts, since you heat up from the inside out and it's so low impact, you don't really need to do any heavy, heavy stretching afterwards. It always feels good, so I encourage you to do it. But it's not as imperative as if, say, you were doing a HIIT workout or something just really high impact and you didn't want to cause a lot of stress on your bones later. So congratulations. That is the full body bar workout, great for postpartum, that you have just completed. Have a great day. Congratulations.